How we doing? Bro, I'm so excited, eh? This is cool, man.
This is
Like,
like,
I'll tell you, it's such a big great upgrade from last week. We
yeah,
got
I mean,
ourselves like new mics.
yeah,
We got like ourselves a proper like mixer now, right? So I can actually figure out what the hell's going on with the sound. But yeah,
so we got the main complaints from last time
well,
was the sound.
the sound wasn't too clear, and at times
Yeah.
you'll get some feedback. So we spent all of last week trying to find appropriate mix, and thanks to Rode Mixer, this has saved our life. We got ourselves some brand new mixers. Some brand new microphones.
Yeah.
So there we go. Well, welcome to episode 2 of Minciphology.
Number two.
Two. Number 2. Oh, we thought about it. So, like, what should we talk about on this episode? And the main, I think the main topic was just let's just talk more about our history and who we are as Mandaeans, right? I think that's quite important. So,
Yeah.
go for it.
All right. So, okay. Obviously, this topic is you got to be careful with how you express it to people, how you talk about it to people, because a lot of people don't even know what Mandaeans are. So obviously we grew up around Muslims and Christians, but primarily Muslims. And I would get a lot of people ask when I was younger, what are you? Like, are you Muslim? Are you Orthodox? Are you Syrian? Are you this? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm Mandaean, thinking that they would know what that is. But no one knew what that is. And nowadays when people ask me, I know what to say.
Okay, so what do you say?
So I would
So
say,
at school, let's say for example at a school,
yeah,
or
so,
just like whatever. Yeah.
so I would say we're an ancient monotheistic religion. We're agnostics. I wouldn't say we're Abrahamic. I don't think we're Abrahamic. But our rituals consist of it's like a tree where you have baptism, you have prayer,
Yeah.
you have fasting.
All right.
So pillars you can call them.
Cool.
And there's what else would there would be? Baptism is a big one, obviously.
Yeah. I
What
mean,
else?
it's like
What else is there?
so you got baptism, you got zakat, which is what's zakat?
Charity.
Charity work,
Yeah.
prayer. Obviously believe in Hayi.
Yeah, so belief in one God.
One God, that's one of it as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much it.
So it's very similar to
Bro, it's a monotheistic religion at the end of the day. A lot of people argue
Yeah.
that there's an agnostic sort of element to it. All right. Agnosticism, really. But what is agnosticism?
Gnosticism refers to the religions that were kind of cult-like, which they were enclosed, where we don't allow other people to convert into our religion.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what Gnostic basically means. It's like a secret. That's what Gnostic means. It means knowledge. So it's a secret knowledge. So it's all the other Gnostic religions in antiquity, they all died off. We're the only ones left. And there's like what 100,000 Mandaeans?
No, I'd say like probably close to 250,000. Yeah.
Which is obviously
I'd say that. I don't know about that.
which is like nothing worldwide, bro.
I mean, but in Australia, like we got what 30,000, 20,000.
Yeah.
Like we're growing.
Most are in cities.
Like it's mostly here and Europe, and I think Sweden is the second largest one. We're doing a very good job at growing in these Western countries, which is also like a challenge.
Yeah, of course. Like, I mean, for example, look at the Assyrians. There's what, like 1 million Assyrians worldwide or something like that. They have very low numbers as well, but they've had an impact kind of within these areas. And
yeah, but they kept
flourished.
it together. They also kept it quite together. Like, how do you? Okay, so what makes us unique then?
Out of who though? Out of who? That's the thing.
As a culture, as a religion, what makes us unique?
What makes us unique? Well, we're pacifists. We're very strong pacifists.
Yeah, what probably allowed us to survive through the ages, because we never really intervened in wars.
But again, that's you can say the opposite as well. That's the reason that we were prosecuted so much.
Yeah, but like you can't allow anyone in the religion, right? By default, you're just born into it. And that's because you have to be born to two Mandaean parents, which is amazing. Really, I love that. I love this really unique experience to be part of such a birth process. And then just be careful with the cup. Too much feedback. Loud. Yeah. And the second thing is also, I lost count. What were you saying? It was I love
The
because I was
pacifist.
focused on the cup.
The pacifists.
Yeah, pacifist. Sorry.
Yeah.
And then because we are really focused on monotheism per se, and I guess the rituals are a large part of our religion. It becomes more focused on growing as a culture rather than on growing as a religion rather than focusing on wars and focusing on defending our own people, because we're just always focused on our rituals per se.
Yeah. And like that's where okay, then I can answer your question then. What makes us unique?
Yeah.
That we don't get involved in politics and all. In politics.
Yeah.
Obviously we don't want to shoot shots at.
Even though we had our own nation at one point, you know that?
Yeah. But I'm talking politics about we don't make our religion politics. We don't
We
just wanna
don't. We
convert
don't. We
people.
actually don't, because
Yeah.
then it becomes more of a evangelical sort of religion.
Yeah. Which I mean, look, I mean Christianity, that's one of their main things is that you gotta spread the gospel, you gotta spread the
Yeah,
word.
okay. People always argue, why can we not allow people in the religion? That's a big one. And I think a lot of our viewers would like to actually
Yeah.
have an answer to that. So let's try to have a concise answer to it.
It's not an easy.
It's not easy, right?
I-
But a lot of people say, oh, okay, you're born into it. What if I don't want to be part of it, right? But it's the fact that you're born into it. You should enjoy the experience of being a Mandaean. It's such a unique and a privilege to be part of the Mandaean community. The more I learn about Hei, right? So when I say about Hei, I'm talking about Hei as energy, Hei as teacher, Hei as conscious mind itself.
Yeah.
It really makes me want to dig deep into this religion. And there are so many, when they refer to as secrets, they are secrets. They are secrets. They're not easy.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because in order for you to understand the religion, you have to dig deeper and deeper and deeper into those texts. Mind you, like I think I had like a meeting with a lovely member from the community, Shahdan.
Yeah.
This guy's amazing, bro. He's full of knowledge.
Mm.
And at times, like, bro, he told me, he's like, go read the books. Like, what do you mean? He's like, go read the books. He's like, when you read the books, make sure you reread the verses, because you want to understand it on the first, second, or third instance. It will take a lot of time. And he's like, at times you won't even understand it. It may take years for you to understand it. That's part of the growth, man. These texts are not easy to understand. And that's why they're only taught by priests for priests, because it's a privilege. It's a privilege to understand their texts, right?
Definitely.
Like any man is like, why can't you share with us? Well, you don't need to know too much as well. I feel like if you know too much, you'll start. I mean, you could easily just start questioning everything in religion, which is not something that you want to do, especially if the rituals ourselves are made for priesthood as well. I don't know. Maybe that's what
I get what you're saying, but I feel like it's like if someone asked me, let's say I was a priest, and someone asked me, this question, that I would answer them. I think if people want to kind of explore their religion in deep ways, in ways that people would rather them not explore, I think they should be able to, because that's
Well, okay. So let's go back, because I feel like we're sidetracking. What is the why can we not convert in? Because obviously you're born into Mandaean parents, right? You need a milwashit, which is your religious name,
which comes from
your mother.
In the time.
So you can see how pure the line has to be, right?
But why does it have to be pure? That's the question. Why?
Because I've actually dug into it, and I realized that this helps priests climb up the ladder and become priests. So in order for a shkender to become a priest, he has to be able to baptize a pure lineage of Mandaeans. That's how he becomes a priest. That's how he climbs the ladder.
Wait, how does he become a priest?
By baptizing a pure lineage. So if someone rocks up to a baptism, right, which is amazing. Like we went to one today. It was actually a marriage ceremony. If you rock up to just a simple baptism like that, we just had the 5 days of our ceremony. What was it? The benja. So the benja, 5 days of it. Amazing. You can get baptized at any time, man. But you know, if one person rocks up that's not Mandaean, الشيخ ينزل and هي مطلوب عليه 360 صباغة. الشيخ ينزل أول شيء, right? الناس كلها تنزل هناك. They need a lot of baptism. الشيخ من ينزل مو بس 360 صباغة. It's a lot of work for him to climb up again.
Yeah, because you have to do it up again. Yeah.
So you have to understand how pure the lineage, because even for a priest to climb up the ladder, has to be a pure lineage. That's how he becomes a priest. They have to check Sab al-Dhahar.
But why? Why? Why is it not like in Islam, for example? I know why, but I'm
Okay,
asking.
let's think about conversion, okay? Right, let's say you lack conversion. Right now, we're stuck battling over trivial things. Trivial things. I'm
Okay.
talking about like, oh, هذا يستبغي بالماء مع الحار، هذا يستبغي
Yeah,
بالماء
yeah,
مع
like stuff
الشار.
with the teaching.
Simple stuff, right?
Mm.
But at the end of the day, bro, the cause are the same. Look at Christianity. They've got over thousands of variations of the same gospel. And كل واحد لازم له صفحة. When you convert,
It's gonna split everyone up.
you're risking that. You're risking that misconception, misunderstanding, especially if you have a priesthoods that are coming in with backgrounds from Christianity or they started theology in Islam, stuff like that. I'm not saying you could, but that's one of the reasons. That's why we have to remain so secular in our beliefs and not changed for thousands and thousands of years. Is because conversion would have diluted the essence of our religion.
And that's the basis of it is Gnosticism, which
There you go.
is
And what is
yeah.
Gnosticism? I like to think of Gnosticism as like yin and yang.
How?
Well, what is Gnosticism?
Gnosticism means knowledge.
Okay, but what is Gnostic religion? Like, what is the belief?
Gnostic religions.
No, like, what is their belief?
Okay, Gnostic religions have this premise that we have the knowledge.
Yeah, no, okay.
No, but people can't convert. It's a secret. It's like secret knowledge.
Okay,
Only
so
we have it.
shouldn't
We
you,
can only have it.
shouldn't you, on that logic, based on this logic, right?
Yeah.
Shouldn't you, as a Mandaean, even if you're born to it, shouldn't you aspire to acquire as much knowledge as you can about your religion and about the world?
Yeah, of course.
That what is life without knowledge?
Of course. Yeah, that's what
What is
teaching.
Heyu?
That's
Heyu is
teaching.
Heyu for us. Heyu just represents life in every essence of life, and
Yeah.
that's why baptism and water is a major component of it, because water itself represents life. So, for example, if we look and that's like proven planets, the furthest planets, right? Galaxies. We look for signs of life. What's the first thing we look for?
Water.
How do we look for water? We can't see it. You probably would have done that, bro.
Well, they look. I mean, in Mars, they looked at like frozen mountains and shit under the
No,
surface.
like a planet that's so fucking far. I'm talking about the ones that are bloody.
What clouds?
No, I'm talking about like the ones that are like light years away, like 30, 40.
I don't know. How can you tell? How can you tell if there's water?
30, 40,000, 30, 40 mil, like light years away. They look at the planet and they can't see the planet directly. They can only see the reflection of it through the sun. It's rotating around, right?
Okay. They see like the shadow. Of it.
The rays, or I guess what they're called, the wavelengths that return to us, each wavelength will travel at a different speed based on its elemental structure. So like oxygen will travel at a different speed, or give you a different color as well. So when they look at the planet, the wavelengths that are actually being reflected back onto our lenses is a reflection of the elements that exist on that planet, which is what do we look for life? Carbon, oxygen, hydrogen. Those are the common ones.
But how? Okay, but there's a lot of elements in a planet.
No, but what are the ones that make up life, bro? Come on.
Yeah, but there's a lot of elements in a planet. So are you going to get all those wavelengths at once? How does that work?
No, but you look for the ones that are huge. Like they come back in I guess, as a percentage of the other ones higher.
Okay, so if there was wavelengths coming
You compare it to the ones on Earth, bro.
So our one would just be mostly water, like being expressed.
Mostly carbon.
If you looked at it, yeah.
Mostly carbon and nitrogen. So that's what you look for over there.
So you look what's in the atmosphere is what you're
There
saying.
you go.
Okay.
So if you look at it and that's what's coming back to you,
Yeah.
right? And then we look at it like, all right, well, if oxygen exists, hydrogen exists, O2,
Then
you
water
know,
probably
H2O, that's bloody hell, that's water, right? What the hell are we made up of? 70% of us are just water, bro. We're just water molecules running around. And Mandaeism had the ability to come with this idea thousands of years ago telling you, hey, hang on, water's bloody fucking important. We should respect it and utilize it for our daily rituals. And this has existed throughout the eras of Mandaeism. What did they tell you? It tells us that we understand the simplistic yet the most fundamental elements of the universe and how it existed. Water. That's why baptism is so important to us. Because baptism for us is a renewal of your faith with Heyu. And by Heyu, I mean the power of the universe.
Look, I was gonna say, when people hear that, like when Christians hear that, they're gonna say, "Oh no, we have baptism as well." But I just want to make it clear that what we say is baptism is not the same baptism
What do you mean?
as Christianity. Like our baptism is full water submersion,
Yeah.
and the priest has to read like how many stuff does he have to read?
Oh, bro.
Like like infinite stuff, like a bunch of stuff he has to
Yeah,
read.
that's
Like
why it lasts usually like an hour and a half.
the whole process is it's an hour and a half. I would say even 2 hours sometimes, like
Yeah,
depending
yeah.
on the priest. So it's a full water submersion, and there's specific stuff that we have to wear that I've never seen in any other in any other way in any other religion. They're down to the specificity of like how many
Like
strings and how many
like the Himyana. Do you know what the Himyana represents?
circle of life.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. What else?
It represents a lot of things. I mean, look, I remember Dad told us it was one side is the sperm and the other side is the woman's
That's amazing. That's an amazing comparison. Go for
Yeah.
it. Because I think our viewers should understand that stuff. They should understand how we actually understand life in
Yeah.
our religion.
Yeah.
Go for it. How would you explain it to someone as a Mandaean that doesn't really know much about it? That's important.
About baptism.
No, about these secrets that we have. We slowly understand it, even as youth.
Well, there's a lot to them. Like it's okay.
You just talked about the Himyana, bro. Break it down.
well,
Come on.
there's a lot. Okay, for example, with the himiane obviously it's a rope made up of many strings. I don't know what the material is. It's like cotton, very soft.
Yeah, it's cotton.
There's a very specific way.
Wool.
It's very soft. Very specific way you have to tie it. If you don't tie it the right way, then you have to restart your whole baptism. And there's a specific number of strings. That number
60 of
represents
them.
60. What does that number
the
represent?
60 families of Adam. Named after Adam.
I remember that point last night. Yeah. And yeah, so one end has multiple, what can you say, like bigger strings coming out, knots, bigger knots.
Yeah, all right, cool.
And then the other side has a circle. So that could represent the uterus or the other uterus? Ovum. And then the sperms, or that could represent the circle of life. You said that before. Or the whole thing could
Yeah, but
represent
what is the circle of life? What is the circle of life?
What do you think the circle of life is?
I think it just stands in that secret right there in the ovum. Ovum carries the secrets of life. Because I tell you about it,
Not
right?
literally.
Well, literally. We,
I don't know.
as the sperm comes in, fertilizes the egg. Mind you, there's millions of sperms. Think about it. Millions of sperms will have their DNA, which we can relate to as secret knowledge, right? There's 23 chromosomes in there.
Well, it's not secret because we know about it now.
Not everything.
Well, we do. We know the whole process.
It's a secret of life, isn't it?
But it's not secret if we know how it works.
We know how it works.
Like if the religion wasn't there.
No. We know how it works to basic stuff. We know it fertilizes the egg. We don't know half the shit that happens in between.
Yeah, we do.
We know like, when I'll tell you, like, we have studied a lot of the steps. Fair enough. Everything is in textbooks, right? But there's a lot of things that are still missing.
Like what's missing?
A lot of times we don't know when the actual genetic chromosomes mix. We actually don't know at what point conception actually. We don't know that. All we know is you've got a bunch of fucking sperm. Like you got an egg. One egg is released every month, right? And you got 48 hours. That's the ovum. 48 hours for it, and you got probably around 3 days where the sperm survives. You got to time it. Every month, woman is fertile for 48 hours. Well, let's say 3 days. Okay? And then there's sperm coming in. Sperm obviously has a bit of more durability to live because it has to go through a lot of toxic environments to get to the uterus, and that's why it's got more acidity in it, right?
That's why most of them die on the way there.
Yeah, they do. That's why we release millions of them, right? And then when they somehow find their way to the egg, right, through a process called chemotaxis, which is somewhat understood. They find out which way has it been released, by the left or the right side of the fallopian tube, and then they attack. They attack the egg, and then they start sort of drilling. Mind you, they're all drilling at the same time. Only one makes it. If two makes it, it's pretty much a failed pregnancy, or what we refer to as a what's it called? Like a.
What about twins?
Twins is a different story altogether. What is it called? A hypertrophic gestation, which just a fancy way of saying it's a fucked up pregnancy. It will fail. So you've got sperms coming in. They drill, and one makes it. Right, one makes it, carries its DNA, 23 chromosomes. There's already 23 chromosomes inside the egg. Right, when it comes in, all we know is it just mixes. We don't know
how.
We don't know what the hell happened at those moments. There's so many chemical messengers coming. There's so many messages. There's so many there's so many chemical reactions occurring that we don't know the extent of it, right? But what I can tell you is the sperm carries its secret, right? It's a very small secret. Okay. Can't see it. And the egg has its entire life waiting for it inside. Because once the sperm fertilizes, the egg pretty much then turns into an embryo, right? And then the embryo develops into a fetus, right? But in that process, everything is actually found inside that egg already. You have the biological markers to make a placenta, to make the what's it called? I guess the fluid that encompasses the baby. That's why it represents life per se. And then that life itself is then protected by the ovum. Sorry, by the uterus. So everything for us represents purity in every essence of human evolution. And you got to understand, when they talk in religion as well, they talk like our religion even talks about when as humans became aware. That's fucking amazing.
What does it say about that?
So I'll tell you, I was reading a book for evolutionary psychology purpose, right? And what was interesting about that book is that it says around 50,000 to 30,000 years ago, the human brain just expanded in growth. That's roughly around the same time. I'll probably suggest it's a theory, but it's a nice and interesting theory. Get people thinking about it. That's when Hei decided it was the perfect time to implant the mana inside our brains. Because what does it mean to have a faster developing brain?
What's consciousness?
There you go. That's one way to think about it. Right?
But we say consciousness is there's an nishimte.
What is an nishimte?
Well, that's a complicated question. I always ask that to Dad
what is an nishimte?
It's the part of us that comes directly from Hei.
Cool. What does that mean? Want to break it down to the basic Mandaeans out there. What does it mean?
I think it means it's the natural instincts of purity in us. So it's the best part of all of us. Cool. I think that's a humanistic way to
I guess it's a very nice way to look at it.
Is that in each person, the best part of them, the collection of their best traits is their nishim.
Cool. All right. Also, what you want to say is perhaps also something to do with knowledge.
But what is that? Like, what do you mean knowledge?
That's up to you to decide.
What do you mean knowledge?
You seeking knowledge and growing as an individual. That's knowledge.
So
knowledge through your career, knowledge through understanding family, knowledge through understanding human behavior, being a father, being a husband, being a son.
So the best traits in people.
Okay, I'll take that.
But what if there's people that don't do that? Do they have nishim? Do they have their nishim?
I think everyone comes with nishim.
But there's people who don't do that.
What do you mean?
There's people who don't seek that, who just want to be isolated. Do they have nishim?
No, they have a nishim, but they just locked it away. They've allowed their soul and their natural human instincts is to take over.
So their soul took over.
Yeah. So then, okay, then the next question is, what makes a human in the Mandaean ideology?
What makes a human? Well, we have the three separate parts, which is the body, the soul, and the nishimthe.
Okay, cool. Break it down.
So nishimthe, as we just said now, is the part of you that comes directly from the what's it called? Like bete, I guess you could say.
Okay, cool.
And then the soul is our soul is our materialistic desires. So what we want in this world.
Sure.
And then our body is just our animalistic desires, which is food, water, and all that.
Which every animal on earth has.
Yeah. So everyone has a body. Obviously, like every animal has a body.
Yes.
No,
not everyone. Every animal has a soul. So a body.
Yeah.
Body is just a vehicle.
Yeah.
That's how I think about it. A body is just a vehicle, but it encompasses both the good and bad. That's where yin and yang comes in. Mm-hmm. Yin and yang talks about the idea of there's good and bad, but there's bad and good in both. But it lives in this perfect harmony. So for us, we understand the harmony is that you have a body, the vehicle. Do not destroy it. Don't go around destroying it, mutilating it, even like simple stuff as tattoos, right? Not a lot of people will talk against that, but that's the idea, right? Is that you have a vehicle that should carry you through life. At each stage of your life, you will need it. for protection, for growth, and you got to nourish it in every single way possible. If that's working out, healthy diet, food, whatever it is, whatever you want. But that's just how it is. Soul presents all what you've said. Absolutely right. Natural instincts, sex, right, drugs, things that you really want to do, but you know you have to control yourself from doing. Nishimta, on the other end, is your guidance. It guides you through life.
Mm.
And how does it guide you through life? By making mistakes and learning from them. Power of reflection is minor.
I think a lot of not new Mandaeans who are just getting exposed to the teachings, I think they're bound to get soul and the Nishimta mixed up. Because that's what I used to do all the time as a kid. I used to be like, I thought it was the same thing.
And how they know it's different.
But I think the distinction between the two is that I don't think it's as simple as the Nishimta is good and the soul is bad.
No.
It's not near,
But don't forget that the soul was introduced from the world of darkness.
Yes. Was it?
So when,
Oh,
so
I
pretty
thought the
much
body was
when
I thought the body was.
the body is also from there. So I'll tell you what happened, right? So from the stories that we got told, and based on the Ginza, so Hibizua came downstairs. Back and forth.
Came downstairs.
Anyways, he traveled to Earth, to Tibet, where part of his job, or their job, I shouldn't be, being more gender specific because I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
But I think we just refer. It's just a natural instinct to say that. They were instructed with creating a planet with that actually can just source life per se, right? So they got to a point, right, where they just couldn't. They created, obviously, the body from the secrets of this planet or Earth, okay, which is carbon, oxygen, hydrogen, not like even a bit of nitrogen there and there, not much. And then just all these like breakdown elements, magnesium, calcium, all the stuff that you find in your body anyways that we run bloods for, like in general in human body. But then you just gotta move, like bro, move. Fucking tapping atom.
Yeah,
Move, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I'm moving. So then they had I guess some sort of a discussion with the world of darkness. Hey, can you help us? At that time, Hibelzi were brought down the Nishimta. Now, I might be getting the names wrong, but this is my understanding. Please correct me. Hibelzi were brought down the Nishimta, but at that time, they still couldn't get the body moving, right? So the world of darkness and the world of liveness came together, merged, and the Nishimta and the soul placed into the body. And that's how they got it. So it's very interesting because at the time of fertilization, all you have, right, is just an egg that's slowly replicating in size and numbers, and it's exponential growth in terms of cellular multiplication. At one point, you have a bunch of cells that are programmed to do instinctual process of life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make sense, sort of thing?
I think it was.
So it's programmed to follow a specific pattern based on its genetic makeup. And they're all very similar. So if you study rats, if you study chickens, they all go through the same similar stuff. But at what point is the soul and the Nishimta enters the body? It's at the point where we see the first heartbeat and probably the neural networks.
Okay, so this is a conversation that a lot of people are not going to like.
What?
Because the feminists,
abortion.
the feminists out there.
And by the way, we're preparing one.
Yep. Just wait, bro. And yeah. So what our religion says, what our teachings say, is that life starts at the heartbeat, approximately. Not exactly at the heartbeat, but it starts around 40 days.
Yeah, like 6 to 8 weeks.
Which is happens to be when the heart starts beating. And it doesn't start. We don't think it starts at conception, unlike Christians and Muslims, which they think it actually starts at conception. Once the sperm goes into the egg.
Yeah, but at that time, it's just a bunch of cells programmed.
That's what we.
Yeah, but for us, it's at that. Yeah, exactly.
So, and look, I actually changed my opinion about this before. Remember
Yeah.
at the spa where I was convinced. I was like, no, you know what? No, life starts at conception. But then you were like, it doesn't, because there's nothing moving around. There's nothing's happening. So that's another thing that says our religion is like actually knows something.
Yeah. There's secrets that we still don't know.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, at the end of the day, if you sit there, right, and be like, all right, look, life starts at conception. I can't really define that. Fertilized egg? What is that?
Whatever. Fucking.
The fuck is it, really, honestly?
Yeah.
What is, well, like that's just how it is. You think about it, it's just a fertilized egg at that time. It could fail anytime. Obviously, the first trimester is highest degree of failure in terms of abortion. Oh, sorry, in terms of a miscarriage. But at the time the heartbeat and the neural networks kick in, you're more likely to I guess represent life per se, and that's when our understanding is when Nishimtha enters the body at that time, right? And Nishimtha is only there to guide you through life. And ultimately, you're going to get to a point of peace. That's what Mandaeism teaches you, how to seek knowledge in order for you to attain peace, not happiness, because happiness is never really attainable through anything in this world. Happiness comes and goes, just the dopamine hit and serotonin, nothing else, just these two.
Yeah.
Peace. Peace means having the ability to shut off your mind from all the daily thoughts and just be calm with yourself. When was the last time I've done that?
Never.
I look at baptism as a way of meditation, even prayer. I ask prayer and baptism are just both the complete same thing. They're ends of a meditation, connection with your Nishimtha, ability to connect with your inner self. That's Nishimtha.
Well, that's a more kind of, I don't want to use the word, but more of a Buddhist way of thinking about it.
Yeah, but
is
we
that a
have
called meditation?
yeah, but all these religions they teach the exact same thing.
But if we're talking about what it literally says, which is we're connecting with God.
Yeah, but we don't have God. We don't have that word God. As
Well-
people say, we don't have it. It's hate. It's always been hate.
Hey, but what does hate translate to?
I mean, if you want to explain it to God per se, but everyone's understanding of God is different.
Yeah, that's true as well. It's very difficult to have a conversation with someone when you can't define God. But
I think
Hate-
everyone's understanding of a creator and a hate is different.
in our religion, we're not talking about us, because I think we have a very different idea of what God is. But our religion,
Not like me and you.
no, as in no, not like,
I'm
as
like,
in,
bro, we live
not
in the same fucking
individually,
household.
not individually. I'm saying us compared to like just religion in general. But like, I think, hey, what it literally says in the religion is that it's God, it's a creator,
Yeah, okay.
it's a he.
Yeah. Let's not say he or she because
Well, that's what it says in the book. We can't look.
I think most of those books are written in a very gender specific way.
Yeah, obviously,
Yeah, like
they
whatever.
were written like the Bronze Ages, bro.
Yeah, like, whatever. But it's very
Yeah.
interesting that at the end of the day, like, hey for us represents life. That's what it is.
Yeah,
Life in every
it's-
way it is.
It's life.
You're born is a privilege. You being part of this community is a privilege. Learn to be part of this religion. Learn to understand what makes you special as a Mandaean. And if you don't know, ask. We all asked. I
Yeah.
had no fucking idea. I was asking Dad. Dad taught me his ways of understanding religion. At times, I was like, that didn't make sense. So I had to get to the Mendi and I seeked help from another doctor and a priest who taught us their understanding and allowed us to even really further refine it based on modern understanding. Like for me, evolution fits perfectly into Mandaeism. Do you know that?
What is it?
Revolution.
Revolution.
Evolution.
Oh, evolution. I guess so.
How?
I don't know. I don't think so.
How?
I don't think so.
But how? Why not?
Because it doesn't mention anything about evolution.
Yeah, but what is the idea of creation? What is the idea? What I just told you before is that when there is a set time when the Nishimtha was introduced into the body of Adam, and by the way, Adam is not an individual.
Yeah, it's a group. It's
A group
That's what
of
it actually
individuals.
says. That's what it
Yeah,
actually
it's a group who existed
Yeah.
in Africa, okay, and they made their way outside. We fit the historical figure.
So we don't have that narrative of it was 1 and 2.
No, because that's just fucking retarded.
Yeah, we actually don't have. That's actually surprising that we don't have.
Which you can't say that. It's
Yeah,
stupid.
We don't.
Because if you did, whole of humanity would just die.
But I have people at school who I've had conversations with who genuinely believe.
Yeah,
that
well,
we
okay,
have.
that's up to them. If they makes them life happy, but for us it doesn't. We
Yeah,
gotta
it
cut
doesn't
that
make
short.
sense. Yeah.
Because if you do, let's say 2 cousins, I mean, like, okay, you know what? Let's use that example of the ancient Egyptians, man. Yeah, those fuckers used to marry each other like mother, brother, sister,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Just the incest was all over the place.
Yeah, and the pharaohs all fucked up and shit.
Like Tutankhamun was found to be disabled in every single way because they just put him through CT scans. They're like, hang on, this guy's got a hip dysplasia. This guy's got a
Yeah.
cranium that doesn't fit the bloody understanding of modern medicine. Then they realized a lot of them were because their families were so interrelated just to keep the pure line. Now, if we are pure, how the fuck do we not have that many mutations?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, of course.
So it does not make sense. It's a group. It's a group. Adam and Eve were a group of individuals, could be 30, 40,000, whatever it is, started in Africa, and they migrated up to the Middle East.
And then that's modern human.
Modern human. That's all explained in our religion. So how's it not evolution?
What doesn't talk about evolution?
What is evolution, man?
Yeah, but it's not talking about it's not talking about us changing from this to this. It's not talking.
The introduction of the nishimtha into the body is an ID and also a proof that evolution exists.
It's okay. Yeah,
Because that's consciousness per se.
yeah, it's consciousness, but the idea that our narrative starts when modern humans started, that doesn't show anything about evolution. I don't think it's an argument for evolution. I don't think so. It's an argument for intelligent species and the migration and consciousness and all that, but I don't think it's talking about evolution per se. Because it would have mentioned beyond modern humans. It would have mentioned before modern humans, sorry.
Okay, but do you know that one of the verses in the Ginza talks about that life started in water? Before it started on land?
Yeah.
Isn't that the
So what happened in between then? Why doesn't it mention why is the narrative so cut up?
Because the narrative is not about cut up. It's just about that religion offers you a key. It's a key. Once you unlock it, it's up to you how you want to find the answers. Our religion does not, and I repeat that, I want people to understand this shit, does not clash with science.
Mm.
When it told me, hang on, life starts in the water, then everything else made sense for me because I understand modern science and modern evolution. I'm like, if life starts in water, that's amazing. Now I know there's a basic, the basic soup of life that we all understood that probably have brought the nucleic acid, all those DNA from meteorites into Earth. Then the next thing that happened from there was started in the ocean and then slowly migrated out. Now I don't need to know more than that from a religious point of view. I don't need religion to explain everything to me. That's where knowledge comes in. That's where knowledge seeking comes in. I don't want to read a book and tells me everything. That's why it tells you, hey, it demands you to seek knowledge through different sources in life, not just through the Ginza.
Yeah.
That's an evolution. Maybe it makes sense to me. I don't know.
I get what you're saying. It makes complete sense, but I think that, well, okay, you said that, and I'm not arguing against you. I agree with you. I'm just kind of counterpointing it, but
No, I want you to argue.
You said that, and why I'm going to argue with you. It says that the science and the Mandaeism doesn't
clash.
Don't clash.
Or don't contradict each other. Yeah, okay.
But are you sure about that?
I think so.
Okay. The most basic premise is that there's a God.
Yeah.
Has that been proven by science?
It hasn't been disproven.
Yeah, but has Santa Claus been disproven?
I don't know. I'm not talking about that. You can disprove or unprove anything, right? But the idea of science is science looks at facts, looks at data, looks at things. Religion does not seek all these things. It seeks for you, right, to understand one thing, and that is your religion will always remain a mystery. Every religion out there will remain a mystery. That's just how it is. It's always going to be a mystery.
Well, our religion's a mystery. I don't know about other religions. But
all religions are mystery.
What do you mean?
As they promise you an afterlife and all that stuff.
Oh, in that way, you mean whether it's true or not. Okay.
Science attempts to explain the beginning of the world, how it all came together, etc.
How much are we on, by the way?
40 minutes.
Okay.
And it attempts to explain the Big Bang Theory, which is also explained in our books.
Does it actually? Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What does it say about that?
It talks about how a seed within a seed and exploded, leading to life, which can talk about the very it sort of talks about it. It's I can't remember the exact phrase, but it's amazing.
Very philosophical.
Yeah, but it's like a seed within a seed within a seed, and it exploded into life, into energy. That's pretty much the Big Bang, isn't it?
It's a bang.
Big Bang, right? Condensed point in time with no time, and it just expands. So science explains all these things. But religion per se, our religion, right, comes with just pointers about this sort of stuff. It tells you, hey, this fits your modern understanding of science. Perhaps back in the day, people did not understand it, they understood it differently.
Mm.
What makes a religion survive is its ability to be a dynamic in nature. Probably would have taught you this in SOR. Is that the dynamic ability of the religion is what allows it to survive. So maybe back in the day, that seed within a seed did not represent a Big Bang, but now it does because we have a modern understanding of science.
But what do you mean the dynamic? What do you mean dynamic?
That means ever changing. It's always ever changing to fit the modern world.
Well, that's not a religion.
That is religion.
If religion is ever changing, it's not
No,
religion.
no, no. It's not ever changing to a point that it changes its ritual, but its ability to adapt to cultures and societies at different times.
What do you mean adapt? As in the understanding adapt? Or
Yes.
the actual books adapt?
Well, the books shouldn't. Books are firm,
Yeah.
right? But it's the way that people carry on about their life based on the religion.
Oh, okay. So
Huh?
it's the not the importance, but I guess it's the importance. I don't know the word escaped me, but it's the importance of the rituals in your specific life.
Yeah.
So how do you use
like how do you understand the teachings?
yeah.
Go through. That's one thing. So you've got the Big Bang, which is explained. What else do we have?
Well, you said life, so that's another thing, evolution.
Yeah, life. Life comes from water. Life started in the water, and that's why life is very important to us.
I think we should probably mention that it's very stoic in nature.
Oh, it's amazingly stoic.
Yeah, it's honestly like
Like
Yeah.
I got into stoicism
Yeah.
probably last year so much, and I was
Yeah.
like, fuck.
there's so many
There's
similarities.
there's so much in our religion. It talks about stoicism in every single page. But like, tell me about your way.
Yeah, so I mean, look, I when I was a kid, I never thought I would utter these words. To be honest, but like our religion is actually just like honestly,
Tell me examples, bro.
because like okay, so basically, meditation.
Cool.
I don't think there's any other common religion nowadays that mentions it like that understands it the way that we understand it in our book. In that the way that you connect with God isn't just through prayer and just talking to yourself and hoping and praying, but it's actually just peace and
Serenity.
yeah, just being just
Chill.
that's the only way. You can't even say a word.
Chill.
You're that. Chill. That you just. But that's what it is.
But
Like
that's what it is, right?
it's stoic in
Oh, I
nature.
love these mics, man. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, someone on this shit. But
But yeah, like that's literally how it is, right? Like it's at the end of the day, it's honestly it's fucking amazing. It's stoicism is embedded within our religion. Like dad has probably reached that point.
100%. That is just.
Dad is just like chill, bro. He does not give a fuck.
But that.
The only thing that upsets him is if we're hurt or if like we're not like we're stressed out. But like he got to a point in his life where it's just like it's so peaceful. And when he talked to me, he's like, I just got to stop giving a fuck about. Like there's a book, the subtle art of not giving a fuck.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Like the first thing is like there's only so many fucks you can give in life, so choose your fucks carefully or wisely, right? And that's just part of it. It's part of the fact that he just doesn't stop. He stopped caring because he truly understood what life is about. It's about growing, learning, acquiring knowledge, adapting, right? Passing on this knowledge to your kids and making sure that they get married, have kids, and pass on these lessons. That's the life of a man.
Well, bro, I mean, look, imagine if you were in his. Like, imagine if you've been religious practically, not your entire life, but most of your life.
Yeah.
Like you genuinely believe and you've read and you've acquired knowledge about your religion, like as dad has, bro. You like, I'm surprised dad isn't just like ecstatic ecstasy every single day, just happy, because he knows in his mind, he knows like I'm going to heaven, I'm going to like I'm the Lord, I'm Lord.
I would love to get to that.
So I'm like that's like peak. That's it. I can die right now.
Yeah, literally.
Like it.
But you don't want to reach that too early in your life. Because I've heard of people like reaching it too early and they're just giving up and they're like, fuck, I want to kill myself.
Well, no, that's just depression.
Yeah, no, I don't. Stupid. But like, some people reach this level of, I guess, peace and wisdom in life too early in their life.
Wisdom.
And I think wisdom is acquired through the experiences, right? Through traumatic experience, whatever you say. What I say, right? Trauma itself is amazing at I guess, healing you at the same time creating a different person out of you by the end of it. As long as you have the ability to adapt and not end up with PTSD and depression and anxiety, all this sort of stuff, which is a talk for another day, anyways. But what's interesting is that the Ginza and Mandaeism teaches you how to deal with these things. It's amazing at doing that. Tells you that by looking inside you, inside yourself,
Mm.
allows you to truly discover the purpose of your battles. There's always like, why am I anxious? Why am I depressed? Right? It always tells you to go through the whole process, experience the process of being anxious or being depressed, in order for you to come out the other end a different person. But what do? People do? They get scared. They get low in mood. They don't want to experience it. They quit and they just medicate themselves.
Which, I mean, bro, like, you can't blame people for doing it. You can't. I mean, look, I'm more sympathetic towards those people, even though I know that it's fucked up and it's wrong. I'm more like,
Dude, I deal with them.
yeah,
it's
I
fine.
mean,
I
you
deal
know
with them
more
at
than
work.
I do, bro. Like, there's people.
There's
who have
people that need
genuinely
it. Like,
been-
there's people that come into me and I'm to my office and they're like, I'm fucking anxious. A, B, C, D. I'm like, okay, I can see the trigger. Like, for example, I got a guy who's 29, my age, man. And obviously, it's not patient confidential. I'm just giving an example. And he was just anxious, very stressed. I'm talking about like chronic stress. I'm talking about like the cortisol's up the fucking roof. It's not even adrenaline.
So he's gonna have a heart attack.
No. Like cortisol as in like chronic stress. Chronic stress. He's no longer acutely stressed.
So how is he sleeping? So he's not sleeping?
He's not sleeping well, not eating well. You can see like first meeting, he was just like that.
Shit.
And he's just looking at me. He's just like he's very anxious, very
Why?
agitated.
Why?
Work is not
Work.
Work. Being bullied at work, shit work.
Mm.
But he let it linger on too long. Didn't address it. Came to me when he was like fully anxious. It's been 3 months. I'm like, look, man, I'm gonna help you because I believe in the healing process, and I know you need medication.
Mm.
I'm like, look, I need you to go through a psychologist. I need you to like, we focused on a lot of different things. I'm not gonna tell him on religion because that's just everyone's got different. But I'm like,
Yeah.
look, man, you need to eat like diet, sleep, exercise, the basic stuff. And on top of it, we'll add a psychologist. We'll add their behavioral therapy, and I'm gonna put you on. 2 weeks in, he came back. He's already feeling much better, focused, motivated.
Mm. Okay.
Some people need it to restart. That's not a problem. Okay, where does religion fit in? Isn't religion all about also like allowing you to find yourself through these turmoils?
I think you find religion through these turmoils. I think it's the
You
opposite.
should.
I think it's the opposite. I think, like, most, like, it's a shit thing to say, but most rational people don't start off believing in religion.
I think the more rational you are, the less likely you'll believe in a god,
Yeah.
and that's fucked up.
So, okay, so we're talking about, so we're defining it differently. So we're not talking about God, we're talking about religion. Okay. I think, yeah. So I think it's the opposite then.
Like what's his name? Charles Darwin? Not Charles Darwin. What's his name? Richard Dawkins. I don't like that.
He's not just an atheist, he's an anti-theist, which means he hates religion. He's like,
But like when you look at him, does he look fucking happy to you, this guy?
yeah, bro, I saw an interview of him the other day.
Bro, he just looks fucking depressed. He looks dead.
He was literally asked, he was like, you do realize that you living the way that you are and you believing what you believe means you're probably you're gonna die a lonely death. Like you're gonna die a very sad death and just depressing death. And he's like, yeah, I know, but I'm unable to believe in God. That's what he said. He's like, I'm unable to.
Yeah, but he got his point to that. He put himself to that.
Yeah, but it's not like he chose not to.
Bro, he wrote books on that shit.
Yeah, but it's not like
imagine someone sitting there and contemplating everything about life, and the last thing to come to is like, there's no.
Yeah, which is most people, bro. You think that's most people?
Yeah, I mean, there's more people that don't believe in God than believe in God.
Yeah, that's most people.
But I believe a lot of these people will go through a phase and they transition over when they have like a major crisis in their life.
Because humans are terrified of death, bro. We don't understand death.
We don't understand.
We're scared of death.
Look, I dealt with death close.
Yeah,
I dealt with people that were collapsing in the hospital and from CPR and they died right in front of me and they took their last breath.
But you experiencing close death.
Yeah.
Like, no, as in you, not other people.
I mean, I had a close death experience when I nearly drowned in the ocean once. That was interesting.
I do remember that. Yeah.
But like looking at it, I feel like these things give me goosebumps, man. It's fucking crazy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But like, why should we be afraid of death? Why should we be living every day like it's your last day on earth, doing the best you can?
Well, we should be. We should
right?
be.
So,
Yeah.
because ideally, I always say about one thing, and that is religion offers you peace, fills you peace to that last moment of your conscious mind. That should be our last talk, right?
Yeah.
Death, right? I think death is a big topic. I think everyone's afraid of it. But for me personally, what I'm slowly grasping my head around is when death approaches, you should aim to be like, I have lived a fulfilled life and I am so happy at it, right? And I am very happy that I am ready to go to wherever it is. That last moment of you being conscious before you go out, right? That's the most important
That's the
moment.
most important thing. That, I mean,
Because I have seen people, bro, struggle at those few weeks. And like I've remember this guy at the hospital, man, like 60 something, 50, 60 something. And it still really pains me. And I like when I talk about it, just
Yeah.
depresses me. Like it just gets me shit. The reason being is that guy did not believe in God. And he's Christian. He's Christian Iraqi, right? He was a smoker all his life. Lung cancer spread around. When I was seeing him, we were in radiation oncology, which is a specialty that pretty much focuses on radiation or X-ray induced sort of treatment to cancer. Now, this guy got to the point that it's palliative now, right? Like we can't treat it. He came in too late. We told him early on, hey, bro, you've got a nodule, you've got to remove it. Didn't fucking listen. Came back, already spread everywhere, right? I had to tell him multiple times, hey, man, you probably got fucking weeks. This is going to deteriorate. I just want to go home. Just get me out of here. Put me some oxygen, give me more painkillers, let me go home. Sure. Guess second day, he's like, I'm breathing better. He had some fractures. He had what we call pathological fractures in his neck, which means there are signs of metastatic cancer spreading to his bones and his like neck. They just breaking, right? So what you do is you just zap him with radiation just to kill the pain, right? Not a good way to live, but fuck it, it's a few weeks off. You just want to make sure that person is not in pain anymore. He goes home, comes back again. Doesn't get admitted under us. That time, under palliative care.
which means he's dying.
End of life. End of life. Now, I had to go speak to him. And he was Iraqi. So the whole thing had to be spoken in Arabic. شلونك شو اخبارك؟ الحمد لله خير. حبيبي دكتور I wanted to search it up اشوفك ما شفتك اعطيت اسمك ما لقيت. سوري يا استاذي ما كنت موجود. شلون اقدر اساعدك؟ قاعد يقولوا لي انا عندي كم اسبوع راح اعيش وهاي الشغلات كلها. How am I going to tell this guy? Azizi. Ustad, I'm an Azizi X, whatever his name is. I can't even remember. I choose to forget the names on purpose. عزيزي حسب اللي وضعك انت وصلت اليه انت عندك من اسبوع الى 3 اسابيع وذاتس شنو قصدك؟ بعد ما راح اعيش يعني؟ لا ليش؟ شوف نفسك حاط لابس النيزل تشوب بخشمك وقاعد تفتر 24 ساعه بيه. You're requiring oxygen 24/7 brother. الاكسجين ما قاعد تشيله بس تشيله تفتنق. وعلينا الادويه مالتك مال الالام. وبعدها قاعد بعد كل 4 ساعات قاعد تطلبهن اكثر واكثر واكثر. زين ليش ما تبي ترتب وضعك؟ لا ما مستعد. زين ليش ما تقول لاحد؟ ما اقدر اقول والدتي والدتي تتخربط. عندك احد؟ عندك شيخ تحكي لك؟ لا ما افكر بالشيخ بعدين. So through the whole process, he's denying that he's dying. He's afraid of death. He got more anxious. And I witnessed that guy go through a transition of being lively human to the last few days, bro. The guy was a freaking stick. He was being pushed around in a wheelchair. And he passed away, unfortunately. Pretty much suffocating. Right? Now, how could we have made sure it's an earlier like a smoother transition? Probably more painkillers, maybe some diazepam, all the like the hydromorph, all the opioids and the benzos. Fair enough. That's end of life care crisis medications. They'll never change. It's always going to be that way. But لما نشوف شخص هيجي who's dying and he's at the brink of death, right? But he's not accepting it. I'd rather be on the other end. I'd rather have faith. Fair enough. It is what it is. We're all going to die one day. But let me embrace those last moments and not be freaking out like that.
Did he have a family?
He had a family come in, like his cousin came in, but he didn't have tight family. He wasn't married. I think he was divorced. That's all through life, man. Like, let me tell you something. That's where Mandaeism comes in. It teaches you how to build a family unit that's strong. Build you to have a purpose in life. So when you go through life and reach those end moments, you are so satisfied with life that you pretty much open, have an open arms to death, right?
Whether you know what's after it or not,
It's you have done the perfect, and that's what it is. It tells you to live every day. That's what Stoicism is important. It tells you to live every single day, right? As if it's your last day. And that always says something. He says something always. It's like something in Arabic, and if you translate it to English, it's like live on earth as if you're living forever, but now do to your life as you're living forever, but do to Heihi as if you're dying tomorrow. Something like that. He always says that, which means you don't know when you're gonna pass, and it's an unfortunate thing, an unpredictable day. It's always gonna be like that. But at least have a strong moral compass. Have a strong foundation in a family, in purpose, and passing on your message to your kids. This guy wasn't religious. He did not have a good wife, had an ex-wife. I'm not going to judge him. I'm just giving an example. Passed away, an unfortunate, very, very tough way. All these things, I believe it's all stems from lack of faith and not having the stoic ability to understand a religion. That's just my opinion. Probably different to everyone, especially the people that don't believe in God. But I believe Mandaeism, either final or not, Mandaeism does offer an amazing, amazing lesson to follow through life about how to live your life to the fullest and acquire knowledge, live in peace. So when you pass away, you're transitioning from one energy power to another energy in the most smoothest way possible.
And again, you don't have to be mundane by blood to live a mundane life. I think that should be another important thing, is that we say all these things, and obviously we're not aiming to convert anyone. We don't care. We don't care about that.
We're proud
But-
Mandaeans, man, and our job here is to spread this word. I don't care. I don't have to spread in front of a podium to talk about it, but this is what I believe in. And the reason why I believe in it is because I have seen the work of Heyu through my life.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
through my work. So yeah. What else should we talk?
How much were you on?
7 minutes.
Oh, so the thing's gonna run out.
We gotta.
All right, so okay. So we'll end it there.
It's a very interesting talk. I feel like we will have a very
not done with
interesting
it.
few clips to release.
No,
But
we're
the next one is
definitely
going to be with the boys. That's the aim.
and I think that should be probably like 2 hours, bro.
Yeah, and we'll
Half 2
release
hours.
a couple, and
Yeah.
we'll have just an extension of this talk, because this talk can go for fucking ever, and I love
Yeah,
it.
this
I
is
love
nothing.
it, bro.
What we just talked about now is just like
Bro, it's what we talk
it's
about every day.
nothing. It's
But like,
literally
it's
nothing.
amazing. But I
Yeah.
just felt like we should always share these things, because people don't understand
Yeah.
it. Unfortunately, people come from families that they don't have such, I think, wisdom being thrown around.
Yeah.
And you can't blame them. That's just how
You
the
can't, it's not
families
their
are.
fault. Yeah.
How can we help? We're here to help. This is all us. Maybe you'll call half of our talk shit, and I honestly, I don't care. But all I care about is how can we make sure that this new generation of Mandaeans have the ability to adapt and carry out our religion with pride through this modern age.
And to defend themselves.
Yeah.
I think honestly, like, there's a lot of kind of unwanted backlash between even Christians or anyone they interact with. That like, what are you? What are you, mundane? What even is that, bro?
And I want people to like have the
Yeah.
ability to proudly come around and say this shit.
And because they know, yeah. So yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, peace out. It's Misophology all over again.
Yep.
All right. We're gonna keep. Man.
Consider it fucked up, but it's fine.
Fucked up. But honestly, working. There's not much we can do at the moment. Again, like, this is still a garage work in progress, but we have slowly upgraded the equipment. And please shoot us messages about anything you want to.
Yeah, anything we've talked about, just send us a message. And
All right, guys.
Take care.
Peace out.